Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. My brothers and sisters, we're at the end of the week. This week, we've been talking about being with God before doing for Him as we are on this journey towards emotionally healthy discipleship. My godparents gave me a book, which I read pretty much every day for my daily rule of life as part of my being with God. And it's from an Eastern Orthodox saint from the 19th century. His name was Saint Theophan the Recluse, because he was a monastic, and so he was off away from people in solitude a lot of the time. But he wrote these excerpts that they put together in a devotional, and I wanted to read one of the ones I read recently because it touches on concepts that we have been going through this week, this transformative process the Lord has us going through. And what happens is when we start being with God and the Lord unearths things and we start intentionally coming towards Him, there's resistance, something that we need to be aware of as we go forward. Because there's forces that don't want us to be with God because they know the good things that happen when we start being with God and the changes that can occur in us and others around us. He says this: after the Lord's baptism, when the Spirit had descended upon him in the form of a dove, he was led into the wilderness to be tempted. This is where he was being with the Father. Such is the path common to all. Saint Isaac the Syrian, we talked about him on Monday, notes in one place that as soon as you taste grace-filled consolation, he's talking about when the Holy Spirit comes and you experience the presence of God, or receive some gifts from the Lord, expect temptations. Temptations conceal the brightness of grace from one's own eyes. So that experience you might have had with God, this incredible moment, temptations conceal that. That's what the enemy wants to do. He wants to hide this beautiful experience you had with the Lord. And he goes on, and they usually corrode every good through self-opinion and self-exaltation. He's talking about pride. These temptations are sometimes outward, such as sorrows and humiliation, sometimes inward, such as passionate thoughts, like lustful thoughts, which are purposely set loose like unchained beasts. Therefore, we must pay heed to ourselves and strictly sort out what occurs with us and in us. Awareness, right? To see why it is happening and what it obliges us to do. Brothers and sisters, don't be surprised when you start being with God and you experiencing Him and have some sweet moments with the Lord, that the enemy isn't right behind trying to distract you from those very things so you don't continue down that path. Peter says it this way, 1 Peter chapter 5, 8-9. Be sober, be vigilant. Because your adversary, the devil, walks about like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. Resist him, steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same sufferings are experienced by your brotherhood in the world. You see, this isn't new. The early church, apostles, and Christians going on from there, the monastics, and going on till today, and Christians in between experience this. When we start engaging, going deeper with God, the enemy's there trying to pull us back to either our old life or bad thinking, bad habits, whatever it is to keep us from the blessedness that comes from being with Him, walking with Him, being silent before Him, allowing Him to be part of every aspect of our day, connecting with Him in this consistent way that brings about these fruits of love, joy, peace, patience, loving kindness, these gifts of the Holy Spirit, these fruits of the Holy Spirit that when they come out of us, like through that root of being attached and abiding with Christ, the vine, and us bearing fruit, He wants to keep us from doing that. He wants to dry us out so we fall like a dead branch, like we talked about in the gospel reading of the vine and the branches. Christ is the vine, and being with Him provides us the source of nutrients and life, which only bless us, only make us more like Him, and And out of that, we have a greater, fulfilling, more beautiful life. The enemy doesn't want that. He wants to corrupt us, corrode us, addict us, strike us down, mar us, scar us, hurt us. That's his goal. But when we are being with God, the Lord starts healing those wounds, helping us with the scars that they might be sources of comfort for others, bringing fruit from the dried, hurtful things that have happened in life, bringing life from that. Because this is the God we serve, who brings life from death, who brings beauty from ashes. He is a God who restores. This is the God that we serve, church. This is the path to emotionally healthy discipleship. I pray you have a blessed weekend as you prepare yourself to come on Sunday to worship. May the Lord be with you and grant you peace, that you may experience him in your times together, and that you be protected by his angels as you continue forward being with the Lord and growing in him. Blessings to you, brothers and sisters. See you Sunday.